Hi there, welcome back. Nice to see you all again. And today I'm just going to talk about stacking. Yeah, what is stacking? And if you are in that situation, what to do? Okay, because I've been through this stacking almost 7 to 8 years, and I didn't know that I've been going through stacking without knowing that I've been through that. And it's only because of God's help I'm alive today, I'm surviving today, and I got a clarity to talk about this topic. I must thank God. Okay, so let's see what is stacking. Okay, the stacking is nothing but it's type of harassment. Okay, it does cause intimidation and loss of jobs and loss of relationship, and you end up moving from one home to other home, you end up moving from one place to other place due to fear, and end up changing your job and moving to another country to live and moving another country to work. Sometimes death can occur as well. Okay, so luckily God saved me. So what exactly, how to identify if you are in the stacking situation, like, so what happens, it does, you may receive unwanted phone calls. Yeah, and then sometimes when you receive the unwanted phone calls, you must disconnect it, don't engage those type of phone calls. Okay, because once I had a very very threatening phone call, and it was so painful and very much life threatening, and it happened to me. It's not long while, it's just last year by the month of June, around June, end of June, like that. And then prior to that, I used to get lots and lots of phone call and text message. Even in my phone I get a text message as well, which is abusive message, saying that why do you want to work, you could make money while staying in bed. It is kind of sexual harassment, but I didn't know who is the sender and anything. I did complained it, but nothing. And then I just kept on changing my number. That's one thing. And the other thing, you do get a email as well, some abusive emails and phone calls, and there is a, you may get some post, something, the person they try to post you something, you receive some gift or something, and then what happens, there is other times some post, some email, some phone calls. And then the other thing, the most important things, let me say who is stacker and who is the victim here. Yeah, take it as example, person A and person B. The person A is trying to follow all the movements of person B. Okay, so the person B is nothing but the victim, and the person A is nothing but the stacker. The stacker always monitors the person B, where the person is going, what the person is doing, where the person is working. Everything follows. Even I've been through cyber stacking. Okay, the cyber stacking is means whenever I'm on the computer, whenever I'm on the laptop, my emails are monitored by stacker, and my even in my mobile phone has been tapped. Whatever conversation, it's been tapped. You could sense it. Even like these are all the ways they do that. Okay, so what happens the other times, even you could feel it when your mobile phone is tapped, and I got a abusive threatening call as well. And then other times what happens, there is a once last year only, they try to enter where I live. When I was not at home, they entered, they just checked what is my food habit and what all the medicines I'm taking. So why do they do? Because they leave some clue, right? When I entered back, then I found out there is something changed. Then immediately I had a doubt in my mind. Then immediately I called the police and to cross check. And what the police suggested is install a CCTV in your home, so that when you are not at home, you can monitor it. So that's the one tips you can do that. And then what happened, it's like, how do you feel when someone is entering your privacy? You feel like restless, right? It affects your peace of mind. And I didn't know that I've been going through stacking. I end up, whoever I'm going to talk to people, they said, oh, you must be overthinking. You must be, you may have some sort of, how to say, some disorders, your mental health is affected. That's what the people say, because most people don't aware of this stacking. Okay, they didn't know the knowledge. And then I started slowly somewhere, it's only I found out what is stacking. Okay, and then even I was driving once, the stacker took a control over my mobile phone. The stacker took a control over my laptop, started monitoring my email. And then what I've done for all my emails, I set a two-step verification, not just a password. You must get a code from a mobile. It's kind of two-step verification. And then even there was a time the stacker took a control over my car. My car was, once I was driving in the motorway, my car was going zigzag, and I couldn't understand. And then it's in the motorway, and then luckily I managed to pull out my car. And then I just took a break. Took a some 30-40 minutes break, and then I started driving again after driving another 50 miles. And then I reached, and the next day I took my car to MOT, and then where they said everything is fine, your car don't have any problem. I said no, my car was behaving zigzag. My steering, I was doing nothing, but my steering was going zigzag. And then following day I went GP to check my my pressure. Sometimes they said if you have a BP, it happened. The GP said you are absolutely fine. It's like I was not able to believe it. And then later on I found out the car, the one I was driving, it was electronic car. Okay, so the electronic cars are easily tapped. And then likewise it's a quite painful, like I was tapped in my mobile, I was tapped in my emails, in my laptop, and I was tapped in my car. And and then I left that place. I moved to another place to live. There also the stacker followed, and somewhere he got contact with my family members. Sometimes the stacker are very clever. They can get in touch with the family member, those who are against you, and then so that they can get information about you. That's what the stacker did. Then I left that place. Then I moved to another place to live and work. There also the stacker followed it. I was so upset. Then again I moved to another place. Then the stacker got access to where I live. And then somewhere he got friendship with the neighborhood I live. And then he entered it, and then he did. And then finally I thought, oh God. Even one point I was so fed up. Why we are living? It's quite obvious. Don't think that I've been through that. Then immediately I just meditate myself, and then I just say prayer. That's the only thing I did. Otherwise, if you are a weak, sometimes you may end up taking alcohol or something. You may end up. Luckily, God helped me to stay calm, and God is the only one helped me all this difficult time. And sometimes and then I started reading the books. It's like then I found even I was not able to go and talk to anybody also. Whoever I talk, this stacker follows and spy and get the information. What did I talk? What was my interest and everything. And then later on, like I was not able to have Skype contact with anyone. The 7 years, not even one time I had a successful Skype call. All the time my Skype call was tapped, and I didn't even use WhatsApp for the 7 years. Now, how long I can live like this? Now, after this pain, last year, in the month of July, there was where I worked in place. This stacker approached one senior level manager to behave with him, but that person, he didn't behave. In fact he said no to the stacker, and he notified me to protect myself. So I'm so thankful. There are good people in this world. The 7 years I've been through pain everywhere, but I must thankful and I'm so grateful there are some good people here to help you. Even some people they try to attack you by listening to Stacker, but there are good people they say no as well. Okay, so what are my best advice is you must thank God and stay close to good people. And if you find something, if you're not happy about it, just walk away, because the stackers are nothing but they're obsessive. Okay, if they like someone, they want to gain a control over it. It's called obsessive compulsive disorder. Okay, they're just obsessive. They just want to get some work. They are not worried, they are not bothered whether other person likes it or not. They are not bothered, they just somehow try to get the control of it. Okay, so you just stay and move on, don't show any interest. Let that person, one day he get bored and then he just walk away. How long he can do that? End of the day you need to protect yourself and don't get into this kind of trap. Even that's what I could advise you. And if you find it some people are taking information from you and giving it to the stacker, just say no. It's you have the rights to protect yourself, and you must protect yourself and don't fall a stacking victim. Yeah, just there are so many helplines available, talk to them and involve lots of charity work that gives you happiness. Yeah, I'm sure this would help, I'm sure, and help others. You may come across some people at workplace, at your family, they may silently going through this type of pain, and do help them and create awareness and make environment happy people around. Okay, so thanks for watching, see you soon, bye.